Hey everybody, it's Jalen. I'm back. I have so many thoughts about this Chris Rock, Will Smith, Oscar situation. I need to get some things off my chest, so let's get into it. Also, I'm really new to YouTube. Like, I just come on here to talk for fun. Maybe someone will listen, maybe someone won't, but I'm new. And I'm also looking for a new catchphrase, so if you have one, drop it in the comments below and maybe I'll try it out. I watched the Chris Rock stand up special and it was so bad, y'all. Like, I'm not saying throwing tomatoes on the stage bad, but it just was not funny. And I don't like Chris Rock to begin with. Um, as far as like being a fan of Chris Rock, I don't know him in person, but I will say I met him in person. It was in New York. He was near my school. He had this phone and he looked like he was like in distress a little bit. Like he was trying to stay low key, but I don't know why he was in one of the most populated areas of New York if he was trying to stay low key. I didn't understand that. And so the thing about meeting famous people, y'all, this is back when I was like 18, right? So of course I didn't have all my like stuff together. But I saw him and I recognized him, and the thing about meeting famous people is that you have seen them your whole life, but you forget they do not know who you are. So I looked at him and I was like, Chris Rock, like, hey. And he shooed me off like a fly, and I was offended. I had no right to be offended. I didn't know this man, but I was offended because I felt like I knew him. And so he actually went towards he looked like he was in distress, right? So he's on the phone, he's got like a hat on. I guess he's trying to, no, he didn't have a hat on, which made it even more bizarre because I'm like, why are you in broad daylight? Why, if you're in distress and you don't want to be around people, why are you out here with the people? Like, people are going to recognize you. So he waves me off. I walk off, man. But apparently he went towards my school and somebody else was just like, he went the wrong way because he was going towards the populated school. And someone blew up in his face, is that my man Chris Rock? And I just know he had a time over there. Getting back to the Chris Rock, Will Smith slap situation. Um, yeah, the show was bad. I'm not gonna say bad, I'm gonna say boring. I thought it was really boring. There wasn't any jokes that were really striking or hitting like that. And the whole reason everybody came was to see the whole Will Smith conversation. That's all anybody wanted to see. That's the reason Netflix was paying this man $40 million. We want to know about Will Smith. Tell us what was going through your mind when you got slapped in the face. That's what we want to know. So he was doing a lot of jokes that a bunch of old comedians do anyway. Back in my day, and you know what we had when we were like, it was very generic. That's the word. That's a good word for it. And when he finally got to the Will Smith stuff, it just was really vulgar. You know, calling Jada the B word, and he just was repeating what happened to him. It wasn't any jokes to it. He just was repeating what happened to him and talking about how he was mad, understandably. Oh yeah, it was really lackluster. I was really disappointed. I'm not a Chris Rock fan again, but like a year of waiting to hear from this man. We thought he was gonna come out with the jokes, like crying out of my face tears, like crying. But that's not what we got. We got a boring performance and information we already knew. Like, dude, you were mad because you got slapped in front of everybody. You got slapped in front of the entire world. My whole thing with Chris Rock is that he did it smart. Say what you want to say about him. Say, I don't care if you're Team Will, if you're Team Chris. He played it really smart. He shut his mouth. As soon as he got slapped, he didn't say a word about it until he hit that stage. And that's how you make your money. You keep your mouth shut, you do what you got to do, you have a destination, and you walk towards it. And that's what he did. He is keeping his family afloat just by keeping his mouth shut. So say whatever you want to say about Chris. That was real smart. He definitely earned that 40 million. Now, the whole thing with Will Smith, I love Will. I am a huge Will Smith fan. He's up on my wall, actually. I'm reading his book. I don't worship this man, but, he's someone I look up to, which has changed since the slap. I still look up to him and respect him as an actor. Oh, by the way, I'm an actor, if I didn't tell y'all that. But it's definitely changed. It has definitely changed all over the world for Will. So the thing I'm really disappointed in Will with, and I've been holding on to these feelings for a year, the thing that I'm really disappointed is that him slapping him in front of the entire world just showed a lack of self-control. And we all have those moments. We can all lack self-control sometimes. But it's like, Will, you got into those rooms, those Oscar diamond-studded awards with the richest people and blah, 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 blah. You got into those rooms because you were blessed with talent, first of all. But then you did have self-control. Like, to think about all of the times you wanted to slap somebody and you didn't. That's what got you, that's what helped get you there. By your discipline. That's what I'm trying to say. You had discipline your entire life. You can't be an actor and be in all these movies and make the money that you make without some type of discipline. And I can see y'all typing in the comments already. But some type of discipline. Is anybody following me? To see this lack of discipline right when you're winning the Oscar, that's just so devastating. And I love what Denzel said. He said, the devil attacks you when you're at your highest. And so now, arguably, what Will Smith has been working for his entire life has been overshadowed by this one moment of lack of self-control. And so now Chris can make fun of him, and that's why I'm mad, because it's like, I love Will, but now you have given Chris all of this ammo. I think that's something that people don't realize, is that this slap did ruin Will's career. Now, I'm not saying Will isn't going to work again, because that would be a lie, right? But it does change how people will see him for the rest of his career. You can never unsee that slap. He lost a lot of supporters with that slap. And that's why it's so hard, because it's like, I get the whole argument of protecting Black women, but that's not the way to do it. That is not, her life was not in danger. Her physical being was not in danger. And we do need to protect Black women. When Black women get murdered and when Black women get hurt, those things are the times to protect Black women. But she was not in any physical danger. He could have spoken out against it. And hindsight is 2020, right? But that was not the way to do that. Even though I'm a huge Will Smith fan, I have to say, I hope they tear him up at the Oscars. I hope they tear him up. I know that's not what y'all thought I was going to say, but I really do. Because when you take away the graphic slap, when you take away all the emotions, when you take away all the dramatics, that was actually really a really funny thing. Like, it's shocking to see that these dudes, these black men, are slapping each other at arguably the greatest award night in the world. That's you can see the comedy in this situation. I hope they go in on Will Smith, not to even spite him, not out of revenge. I think it would be a huge missed opportunity if they don't. Every time somebody brings on an award, oh, don't slap me now. Somebody, no, Viola Davis, you feeling some type of way? Please don't come up and slap me. I think that if it were done tastefully, like we're all on the same page laughing at the same thing, I think that would be hilarious. Just overdoing it. On the other hand, I could see the Oscars, like the people who run the Oscars, just not addressing it at all. I could see that option too, but I'm more interested in the over addressing it. I want them to over address it. You know, Will might be hurt at home, but I hope eventually he will be able to laugh at the situation as well. That's what I'm hoping. Jimmy Kimmel is hosting, and I was looking, and a lot of people don't like Jimmy Kimmel, which is like, I don't know enough to dislike him, but from what I've seen, he's not like a terrible person. But when it was announced that Jimmy Kimmel was hosting, people did not like that. So I want to know your thoughts about the whole situation. Do you think that Will was protecting black women? Do you think that they should over address the situation, which is what I'm looking forward to? Or do you think they should not talk about it at all? I mean, we have been talking about it for an entire year. So I could see it going both ways, y'all. I just really wanted to come on and talk about that. Um, it's been on my mind. But let me know what y'all think. Again, I'm new to YouTube, so please give me suggestions. I'd like to do reviews and stuff. What do y'all think about, like, maybe a vlog type of situation? I'm new. I'm just trying things out. So y'all let me know. All right, y'all. That's it for me. I hope y'all have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. Have an amazing month. Go make somebody smile this week. And I'll see you later.